Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Saturday. I want to apologize that I don't have a video for you guys. Friday night I was a little busy, super busy at work. I decided to take the day off. We're back at it. I have 3 picks for you guys tonight. For tomorrow's MLB slate, we're going to start off with an early game, which I believe starts at 10:30, and we'll go from there. But before I do so, if you guys haven't done so already, sign up with Chalkboard. You will receive $20 on sign up. There's no deposit necessary as long as you live within one of the green highlighted states here. As soon as you sign up, you're going to get $20 for free using code VIPER. So don't forget, guys, that's free money. Lock it in. There's NFL is around the corner, so there's going to be some pretty good promos around the sports books. All right, guys, let's get into it. First up, we're going to have Bo Bichette over fantasy points. As you guys can see, he's been pretty consistent lately. On his last 5 games, he's hit for a 60% clip. On the 25th, he had 9. On the 26th, he had 6. 27, 10, 8. And then yesterday, he didn't have too good of a game. Or today, he didn't have too good of a game, but I think he gets back into the saddle and hits this over for sure. Pretty much his last 10 games, he's hit this for an 80% clip, as you guys can see, averaging a 9.2 fantasy score in the last 10 games. In his last 20 games, he's hit this for 65%. There's a few off games here and there, but of course, nothing's ever super consistent, right? To head, he's 20%, 1 for 5 against Milwaukee. And in the season, he's 59%. Bo has exceeded 6 fantasy score on PrizePicks in 8 of his last 10 games, averaging 9.2 fantasy score average per game. So he's pretty good. His right-hand pitchers, he's had 461 plate appearances, averaging a 3.12. Hitting the ball pretty hard too. And then he's facing Woodruff. Against right-handed batters, the split is okay. Batters faced 78, 13 hits. ERA of 3.6. So that's not too bad. But I think Bo can hit the over on this one, so we're gonna have him for over 6 fantasy points on PrizePicks. Cool. All right, guys, moving on. Next up is gonna be Carson Kelly over 0.5 strikeouts. So you guys can see Carson Kelly in his last 5 games, he's hit this for a 100% clip, averaging a 4 plate appearances. On his last 10 games, he's hit this for a 70% clip. His last 20 is 60%. Head-to-head, he's 50%. Struck out once a day. And then he's 50% on the season. So it's not too bad of a matchup. So Carson Kelly against right-handed pitchers. Player versus 237, averaging a 261. Puts him in the 18th percentile for strikeouts. Walks 12.2. Strikeouts 43. And he's facing Gordon. Had 13 strikeouts, 11.7 strikeout percentile. Gordon has been pretty good against Chicago. Although he's 0-1, his earned runs per game is 3.8. Innings pitched 4.2. He's given up a lot of hits. Strikeouts, not too many strikeouts. But I think Carson Kelly does have at least 1 strikeout. He might hit a bunch of balls or some bases, but I think he has at least 1 strikeout on him. And on PrizePicks, that's actually a demon goblin. But I'll take the chance. All right, guys, 1 more pick. But before I move on, BETR, there's a new promo going on in BETR. If you sign up with Viper25, code Viper25, New users will receive $10 for free on sign up, just like Chalkboard. But you're only getting 10. And up to $200 bonus cash on your first deposit. So they're hooking you up with 50% deposit match. So if you deposit $200, they'll give you $100 for the 50% deposit match. So go ahead and take advantage of that, guys. Like I said, NFL is literally around the corner. We're 4 days away. I don't think these promos will stay here for too long. So go ahead and cash in on those. And also Wanna Parlay. Wanna Parlay is a new sports book that we are affiliated with. Also giving up 100% deposit match all the way up to $250 using code Viper. So go ahead and sign up for Wanna Parlay, guys. You deposit $100, they'll give you $50. They're gonna give you $250. That means you'll have $500 to play with. So go lock it in. It's free money. All right, guys. And last but not least, Bobby Witt Jr. on the over for fantasy points, over 5.5 on PrizePicks. So Bobby Witt has been pretty solid this season. As you can see on his last 5, he's hit this for 60%. Here on the 25th, he almost had it. They did kind of get blown up by the Chicago White Sox, and then again after that, the following game against the Chicago, they pretty much swept the floor. So he had 12 on the 29th, 7 yesterday. He had 19. I think he stays hot. He stays consistent, and he hits the over on 5.5 fantasy points on PrizePicks. Yeah. So his last 10 games, he's hit this for 80% clip. Those two off games against Chicago kind of messed him up, but look at that, guys. 13, 20, 7, 22, 9, 12, 7, and 19. And his last 20 games, he's hit this for an 85% clip. Head to head, he's 80%, and in the season, he's 68%. Bobby Witt Jr. has exceeded 5.5 fantasy score on PrizePicks in 16 of his last 18 games, averaging 11.4 fantasy score on PrizePicks per game. Some other sportsbooks might have him a little bit different, maybe 1 or 2 points over or maybe under. But PrizePicks has him at 5.5. I think that's a steal, and we're gonna have him at 5.5. So there you go, guys. MLB Sunday early games. As you guys can see, at 11, 10:30, and then noon. So this is the early game slate. We will slowly be transitioning out of MLB, but we'll still be doing some MLB. Maybe we'll do some mix and match MLB NFL. But that's it, guys. That's it for today. Here you go. There you go. Carson Kelly for at least 1 strikeout. This is a cool little 6X. So $5 will give you 30. $10 will give you 60. Depending on your bankroll. Please be responsible. Don't play when you can't afford to lose. All right. There you go, guys. That's all I have for you guys tonight. It's cash.